4, 3, 2.
Ooh, getting a little static on there tonight. What is it? It's 7:30 on this Tuesday night. That's what it is. And this is Do You Like It or Not? I'm producer Chris, and tonight we're talking about parallel parking. We're talking about paper checks, taking pictures with celebrities, Christmas movies, and much, much more. Tony P is going to join me for that debate coming up because we have been arguing about this for the last 24 hours or so. So if you want to join the conversation, let's talk about how you can do that. That's how you can join us live. We're streaming, as you know, so there are a lot of different ways to do it. If you're watching on YouTube, leave some comments in the chat. We'll read those coming up here in just a little bit. If you're watching on the Fox Local app on your connected TV, you can make it a two-screen experience. Just grab your phone, scan the QR code, or type in that meeting ID you see on the screen, 892-0982-4674. If you're watching on our website, fox5dc.com, or if you're watching Fox Local on your phone and you want to join the Zoom room but can't scan the QR code, we made it easy for you. I have a link on my Instagram page. It's Fox5 Producer Chris. That's where we're also streaming live on TikTok right now. And speaking of Instagram, I also post the broadcast channel, the link in our broadcast channel. You can check that out there as well. We'll check in with all our virtual co-hosts coming up here in just a minute. We're standing by for a Double Shot Tuesday because Tony P is back. He's back on Tuesday night. He hung out with us last night. He was kind enough to come back with us tonight. He's just wrapping up over on the 7 o'clock version of Like It or Not. So when he gets here, we'll check in with him. But in the meantime, first up, we're going to start off by talking about more proof that stars, celebrities, are just like us, including stars like the one and only Tony P. He's made his way here, so we're gonna chat with him for a second before we get into that first story. Tony P. Oh man, coming in with a trench coat and everything, looking like $1 million, sir.
You know, I feel like $1 million. I gave some decent takes tonight on one.
Okay, well, we have some similar stories, including this first one, and I did hear your. I'm excited. Let's just put it that way. Okay. So I was leading this off by saying that stars are just like us. And the reason why is because sometimes they also suck at driving. Joe Jonas is who we're talking about tonight. He went viral recently after a woman posted a TikTok showing him struggle to parallel park in New York City. This is the video. The on-screen text read, "I love New York because I've been watching Joe Jonas parallel park for the last 7 minutes." The video got millions of views, more than 8 million the last time I had checked, including one from the singer himself, who responded and said, "I saw you watch and not help once." Now, brands and fans alike also flooded the comment section, both with jokes and advice. So, Tony P., first up, parallel parking under pressure. Can you do it?
I can't parallel park without pressure. So, I mean, listen, I almost failed my driving test because I barely got it in, and I got it in on an easy side street with no cars around in the Boston suburbs. So, Joe Jonas, no hate here. It happens.
No hate whatsoever.
It's not easy with an SUV, by the way. Okay, number one. Number two, it's a tough technique. When you look at it, you got to go this way, a little more wax on that way. Now, I also have some bias. Joe Jonas has commented on some of my stuff before. He's a very nice guy, so I like him. Okay. And I like how everybody handled this, right? Everybody kind of, it was fun. The brands got involved.
For
he got
sure.
involved. It was a good moment. It was lighthearted, no hate.
This reminds me of the guy whose LinkedIn page they saw at a concert, and Joe Jonas jumped in and was like, "Oh yeah, he saved my life once." Joe Jonas has a great social media presence. He knows how to have fun with this. He posted another video later poking fun at himself. But here's my next question for you. The idea of watching and judging someone trying to park. Do you like this or not?
I think, look, I mean, now I want to see this person try to do a parallel park.
Okay.
See, I'll film them. Let's see how well they do, because you put it out there, so
ever found yourself in the sort of situation where you may be dining or at a bar, you're on the patio, someone pulls up, there's a spot right out front, they're trying to get into it, the entire bar, patio, restaurant is cheering, trying to give advice. Someone gets out of the
pull it
car.
back.
They're trying to give them advice.
It's like you.
If
Come
they-
on.
If they get it, everybody cheers. If they give up and drive away, everybody boos.
Right.
Has that ever
I
been
love
you?
that. And that's fun.
It is fun.
That's- I mean,
it
you know
makes
what?
it a communal experience.
It does. It makes it like you know what they should do. That should be is they have any sport on ESPN 8 now. Make
The
it
Ocho.
Put
Yeah.
on the Ocho parallel parking contest.
Gold medalist right here. Baby Jordan still has a
Really?
few.
Ooh.
He's got a while to go before he has to worry about
Yes, he
parallel
does.
parking. But how about his grandmother?
So I'm an expert. I mean, especially
Coming
learned
from
how
New
to,
York.
and if you did not know how to parallel park, you were not finding a parking space. How I do judge others. I find myself judging others because I can parallel park with one hand.
Oh, yeah.
So I can back it up.
One
I can do
hand?
all- Yeah.
What's
I
the
can do that.
secret? What's the secret to getting it right and not missing it the first time? That's how I always struggle.
You have to measure with your eyes. If you can't measure what your car length is compared to the space, then you went.
I got.
And my mother, if you can't park it, don't drive it. So
Yeah, that's
don't-
good advice.
Ooh, I like that.
That's good advice. And look, they've got all these new things now where the cameras adjust for you,
No.
Right.
or the mirrors adjust for you, and they the rear. I agree. Learn how to do it right, David. David in the Zoom room. David, are you a good parallel parker, and how do you feel about watching and judging people while they try?
I am the world's best parallel parker, and it is totally fair and appropriate to watch other people try and miserably fail to parallel park.
Okay, Ryan, how about you, sir?
I'm also good at parallel parking.
All right, 3 for 3.
I mean, I prefer, a little bit clapping. Like if somebody can parallel park, I like to give a little clap,
You want the
little
affirmation?
acknowledgement.
Okay.
Yes.
Freddie's showing us a little demonstration. Freddie, what do you got there, buddy?
Well, pretend these two USB drives.
We have props.
Uh-huh.
I love
are
it.
Yeah, the props.
That's
exactly.
great.
And then this is the toy car. Let's say I'm parallel parking. See, I park like that.
Bingo.
Very easy.
Easy.
I know, and for real life, I know how to drive parallel park. It's so easy.
Okay.
I've done
It's
this
not.
before.
Whoops, you're
And
fine.
Tony P, if you're watching this, I know how to parallel park too.
So
Don't
I
get me
was
wrong.
actually
Very nice.
shocked. I was watching Tony P's content on Instagram while he was back home in Boston. And it's the first time I ever saw him drive because almost all of his content here in Washington, D.C. is him riding the metro.
It's stationary.
And so I had actually never had a conversation with Tony P about whether he had a driver's license or could drive. Because, look, I dated somebody for a long time as an adult in this city, and she had never gotten a driver's
What?
license. She had never even bothered.
You gotta
to
get
get
like a passport.
driver's
You gotta
license.
get it just in case you need it. You gotta drive around. I love to drive. I just hate parallel parking.
Okay.
And I'll find like a length of spaces or like 2 spaces where I can just go
You
face
can pull in
in.
head first.
Yep.
I'm going to brag on myself for a second. I was down a DuPont Circle. If you're going down Connecticut Avenue on your way towards the White House, there's a little side street heading off towards like West End. It's called like Jefferson Street. It's right by like the Soft House
Yeah.
or whatever public bar and everything there. I was coming back from a haircut. There was a woman. I could hear all of the horns honking. I could see the line of cars. She was blocking the entire lane trying to parallel park. There's cars on both sides. It's a one-way street. She made eye contact with me. I gave her the, do you want me to do this for you? She said yes. I got in her
You got
car,
in the
one move, parallel parked it. The entire, everyone went nuts. And it was to this day, one of the greatest moments of my life. I mean, look, so was my wedding day, but this one was pretty good too.
They see
I won't
me
lie to you.
rolling.
Yeah, that's right. They hate him.
Hating.
All right, speaking of celebrities, should they have to stop and meet their fans, take a selfie, sign an autograph? There are different feelings about this depending on the Hollywood star, but one of them, actor and musician Billy Bob Thornton, says yes, and he explained why during a sit-down with CBS News. Take a look.
When they say, why do you take pictures with everybody and stand there and talk to a woman whose son's in dental school for a half an hour? I listen, because they put my kids through school. And so you owe it to them. You really do. And anybody who doesn't come out of their trailer, because they're upset about, I don't want to say that line or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Or if they ignore the fans and walk past them like they mean nothing, I think that's a bad thing for our business. And so I make sure that I do that. I'm not bragging on myself, I'm just saying I think I owe that.
Yeah.
Okay, so he thinks he owes that. On the flip side, Scarlett Johansson has said before that she refuses to take selfies with fans if she runs into them on the street, explaining to them, quote, "I'm not working." So, Tony P, taking pictures with fans, do you like this or not?
I love it because, you know what, it happens to me a decent amount in DC and New York, and I'm honored by it. Not only because, it just means a lot to get the affirmation, but these folks allowed me to leave my job a year ago and pursue what I'm trying to do right now. Mm-hmm. Without them, I'd be in a career path that I didn't like. Mm-hmm. So you know what? I do owe it to them. Billy Bob is so right. It's so humble. It's kind. And you know what? Again, they put you through it. They give you a platform, especially when you're acting or creating. It isn't like, when you're playing a sport and like you're helping a team win, it's different. But when you're an entertainer, you're a content creator, you are so reliant on the fans watching because they're watching you, your portrayal, your content, whatever it is.
They could just as easily choose not to.
Exactly, versus playing football where they don't really see you, you're part of a team. So I get the difference.
Have you ever had an experience with a celebrity where they were not eager to participate in such a selfie or a handshake or a conversation?
Yes, and I got out of there pretty quickly.
Okay. You want to name any names?
No. First of all, I don't name names because you know what? Again, some people are having bad days. We all have those issues.
One of my favorite stories that Steve Chenevy tells is the time that he ran into Anne Hathaway at an event and she was not kind to him, and it still makes me laugh. But
really, oh my God.
Everybody is entitled to still be a human being.
Right, we have moments.
Allison, do you like the idea? I mean, Tom Cruise is one of those people. He is the top A-list movie star, and when he's on a red carpet, he will shake every hand, he will kiss every baby, and he will take pictures with every single person.
Yes, and I do like the idea of taking pictures with the fans. And this is another thing you didn't know about me, Chris. I used to be a celebrity publicist, and I dated a couple celebrities as well.
You want to name names?
Sweet.
Name names.
I'll name names on the side with you.
Okay.
Yes, but anyway,
that works.
It shows some humbleness, to do that, and the fans care about you and love you. However, the fans also need to respect the fact that these are humans. And I could not imagine as a human, I've watched it happen to other people, but you might not feel good. Maybe your stomach hurts and everybody every 5 seconds, let me take a picture, come here, and you're getting grabbed all over the place. Like that could be very taxing. So fans also need to read the room and see that they're not overwhelming the celebrity as well.
Yeah, Ryan, do you agree with that?
I do. I mean, celebrities are humans like the rest of us. But I also wanted to give a shout out to Billy Bob Thornton's hair system. Wow. What a great hair system that dude has, man. I mean, he's been bald since back in the day, and you would never be able to tell with that hair system. So,
yeah,
pretty awesome.
There are quite a few male celebrities out there these days who have managed to turn back time when it comes to the hair, and I am jealous and taking notes. So let me just say that. All right. In the meantime, I will just tell I listened to an interview with Will Smith one time, and he talked about this, and he talked about how easy it could be for a star to say no to a picture. And then he got kind of a word of advice, and it was basically that the person who got to meet you and take that picture with you is probably going to tell that story for the rest of their life. You just made that person's life with 1 second of an interaction. And Will Smith said it changed his entire approach to it. And so he's always been more open to the idea of doing that. And I think that's a great way of looking at it.
And it's the first time. See, you might be getting it for 10 or 20 times as a celebrity or an actor or a player, but it's the first time for that person seeing you.
Yeah, no question. All right, let's talk about Christmas movies now, because this is a debate Tony and I have been having for almost a full 24 hours. And
let's go 48 tonight, baby.
The question basically boils down to what makes a movie a Christmas movie. Right now you're looking at some classics. You see Charlie Brown, you see Elf, you see Miracle on 34th Street, you see It's a Wonderful Life. But this all started because the Telegraph, the British paper, made a list of the greatest Christmas movies of all time. They called it the best films of all time. And included on their list were Die Hard, Batman Returns, and Edward Scissorhands. Now, all three of those movies, despite the fact that they don't seem very Christmas related, are all set during Christmas time. But Tony P, when I brought this up, you said you don't like that, and you say that that's not enough to make them Christmas movies.
No, it's a throwaway. Oh, it just set at Christmas. No creativity into making Christmas a part of the plot. Is Christmas an end game for a character? Is the holiday, is there a, is again, is it part of the plot? Is it central to it? Fred Claus, the brother of Santa Claus. Elf, it's about an elf that comes back to New York to find his dad and family, right? Christmas has to play a central role in the plot development and the character growth. If it doesn't, it does not belong as a Christmas movie. You cannot just say, oh, you know, we're going to be, you know, killing bad guys and it's Christmas Eve. Who cares? Does that make the plot any different? No, it does not.
Melissa, do you agree with Tony P? Are these Christmas movies?
No, I don't agree with him. First of all,
Wow.
Christmas, and I'm gonna tell you why. There was a debate not too long ago about Die Hard not being a Christmas movie. Hello, they were having their Christmas party. Okay,
Yes, they
Christmas party. And you know, it has to deal with love, with family, people caring about each other. You know, a man who really goes and saves somebody. Isn't that what Christmas is supposed to be about? Love, family, you know, caring about each other. So no, it does not have to have a Christmas setting. It could be, you know, in the winter time, but it doesn't have to necessarily be around the holidays for it to be a Christmas movie. I'm sorry.
Okay, interesting. Let's see what David thinks. David, have you seen Die Hard first and foremost?
Are you kidding me?
Have you seen Batman Returns or Edward Scissorhands?
Batman Returns, I have not. Edward Scissorhands, I don't think I've seen the whole movie, just bits and pieces.
All right, so do you think that a movie being set at Christmas makes it a Christmas movie?
No, I think I'm more along the lines of Tony P. Where, by the way, Tony P, I think, is one of the Jonas Brothers and was helping him parallel park that one time.
Very nice.
Christmas not only has to be a central theme, but Christmas type messages have to be, you know, part of the plot or conclusion.
Right.
Know? So I still think, based on that, Die Hard is on the bubble. And what I like about Die Hard as a potential Christmas movie is you get sick and tired of watching, you know, buttery, good, you know, goody two shoes.
Sometimes you need a little yippee-ki-yay, right?
Yes.
At Christmas time,
you need a little
can we be happy just for like 1 month of the year?
I mean, listen.
No violence.
It's
for one part of the year.
I'm not. Listen, Sergeant Al Powell has a whole redemption arc. It does involve violence. All right, let's check in with Ryan. Ryan is holding up his copy of looks like Edward Scissorhands.
I think it is Scissorhands.
Is that the soundtrack by Danny Elfman?
This is the soundtrack to Edward Scissorhands. Yes, Danny Elfman, very good. And to answer that Die Hard thing, ho, 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 I've got a machine gun too.
That's
I mean, it doesn't get any more Christmas than that. So I'm saying Bruce Willis is wrong. Tony P, sorry. Die Hard is definitely a Christmas
How
movie.
about Batman Returns and Edward Scissorhands?
Definitely. Edward Scissorhands, I mean, he's like creating the snow at the end of the movie by chopping up the ice, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's kind of a Christmas movie. I mean, if you take that away, you might as well take Home Alone away, right? Home Alone's definitely a Christmas movie. Or The Ref, one of my favorite Christmas movies. Have you seen The Ref,
Wait,
Chris?
Home Alone, they're traveling for Christmas.
Yeah, it's set
Well, what is he doing in Die Hard?
Christmas.
He's
And
traveling
no,
to
and-
Christmas to see his wife.
Well, so what? I didn't let last part.
He's traveling for Christmas to see his wife.
He's
It's at his
traveling to
wife's
Christmas to
office
see his
Christmas
wife.
party.
Die Hard,
Going to a
Tony
Christmas
Plaza.
party.
Yes.
At the
all
Nakamoto
right.
Plaza.
All right, so here, I'll just throw in one added...
Maybe Die Hard works.
One added wrinkle here, that despite the fact that all three movies are set during Christmas time, Die Hard was released in June. It was a summer blockbuster. Batman Returns came out in July, another summer blockbuster. Edward Scissorhands actually did come out in December, right before Christmas. But they released a lot of movies around Christmas, so, you know. Anyway, let me know what you think. You can weigh in by scanning that QR code, or you could jump in the YouTube comments. I'm dying to know what you think makes a Christmas movie, a Christmas movie. All right, speaking of movies, this has been my favorite story. I've been trying to get it on for days. Let's do it. The city of Detroit taking a page out of Philly's playbook and erecting an homage to a fictional character. After nearly 15 years of planning, a statue of RoboCop now stands in the city's Eastern Market neighborhood. Now, if you're not familiar with the RoboCop franchise, it was a 1987 movie starring Peter Weller about a police officer turned cyborg who saved the Motor City from crime. A lot of layers to this movie. Of course, Philly famously has a statue of its most famous native-born pugilist, aka the Italian Stallion, not Tony P. We're talking Rocky Balboa. So Tony P, putting up a statue of a fictional character to, you know, in your city. Do you like this or not?
Let's bring in the Bill Burr joke. I cannot stand this. Philly, so sad that you have a statue for a guy who doesn't even exist. Number one, same with RoboCop. Detroit, shame on you. You have Motown, okay? You have so many great legends from Motown that were born in Detroit. You could do a statue to all of them. You'd rather put one up for RoboCop? Not only a person who doesn't exist, but a cyborg who doesn't exist. You make Philadelphia look wholesome on this one. So you know what? Absolutely not. X-nay on this, okay? Are you guys that shallow as cities?
I take back the Italian Stallion reference.
No, I think I care. Oh, good.
Allison,
This is ridiculous.
Allison, do you like the idea of putting up a statue to a fictional character? And if we were going to here in the DMV, who would it be for?
First, I just want to say I'm definitely voting for Tony P for president because the way you speak, like when you get to your point, you are in there with all the validity. And I am so proud of you, Tony, for everything that you break down. Yes.
Oh,
but I agree with you. We don't need fictional characters. It's a statue. Like you said, we've got so many phenomenal things. Something that we could have, or I don't know if we already do have, like maybe Chuck Brown or
there is a
Marion
statue
Barry. I
to
think there
him.
might already be one. Like, there's so many, but no, not a fictional character. That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
to me.
All right, Melissa, what do you think?
So if it's gonna be something that's gonna be, like seasonal, I wouldn't mind taking a picture. I am actually a fan of RoboCop. In public safety for a really long time and family members as well. I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with it. It goes back to what you were saying when someone wants to take a picture, how that 1 second that person takes the time to take that picture can change a person's life. Same thing with a statue. A kid might say, hey, I remember this. This brought me joy. I wanted to be a cop when I grew up. And now I actually get to take a picture with something that represents something that I really liked growing up as a kid. But that's just my opinion.
Okay, Ryan, I saw you giving a fist pump there.
I love RoboCop. I love RoboCop.
Great
man.
movie, but doesn't need
And
a
who cares?
statue.
It's okay. Look,
Statue.
if you go to Europe, Tony P, and you go to Switzerland, they have a statue of Heidi. Heidi was not a real person. It was a fictional character
Okay,
from a
Switzerland
book.
or the
So,
U.S., they shouldn't. Like,
I'm just saying.
I love the debate.
I think RoboCop was a great 80s movie.
It
I think
was.
if people want to get around a fictional character, that's okay.
All right, David,
It's not going to bother anybody.
David, we'll give you final say.
Okay, Washington, D.C., outside the FBI building, should put Inspector Gadget.
Yeah.
That should be DC's hero. Yeah,
All right,
what's up to say about Detroit? If like their hero's a fictional
well, thank
guy
you.
Who,
You.
Who took care of a terrible, ratty, crime-ridden city, and then they brought in a fictional
Look,
character
Detroit's
to say,
great, but there's so much to do there besides this.
Keep the fighting going in the YouTube chat. We'll check that in just a second. Coming up next, the end of the line for paper checks. Yes, no, like it, not. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to Do You Like It or Not on this Tony P Double Shot Tuesday. We are still debating whether or not erecting a statue to a fictional character is weird or not. You guys,
we're not
can keep
debating.
the
I
comments.
won. We're not debating. I won the debate. So like, the debate's over with.
All right.
President
In the
P
meantime,
is here.
let's move back on. First the penny, now paper checks. Could be going the way of the dodo. The federal government stopped sending out paper checks at the end of September, and last week, the Federal Reserve put out a notice suggesting that it was considering, quote, winding down checking services it provided to banks. Now, nothing set in stone at this point, but Tony P, ditching paper checks. Do you like this or not?
So what do you do? What do you do for elderly people and folks that have used checks forever? Mm-hmm. Is it Venmo now? Like, do we have more just like the online money sharing, or do we just expand that? That's going to be a lot of adoption, a lot of hurdles, and that would have to be at least a 2 to 3 year rollout period. So you can't stop it soon. So again, I'm not a fan of this. I also, when I'm going to give money away, and I hate giving money away, I want to have that nice time to do the signature and go like this.
You want to tear it out of a binder full of like checks too, and it's all perforated?
I want to give my nice, beautiful Johnny Hancock a little bit, make sure the numbers
you
are
sound
right.
like a supervillain, to be honest with you.
Listen, hey,
when was the last time you wrote a paper check?
About 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Listen.
Do you mind if I ask what it was for?
It was for a, well, it was like a birthday gift slash, holiday
Yeah,
gift.
actually, the last time I wrote a paper check was for a wedding present.
Right.
David, do you like the idea of ditching paper checks?
Hell no. We need to keep paper checks. They're good for keeping records. Paper records at that.
But aren't they also easy to then, like, isn't fraud an issue with paper checks?
Not that I know. I think they're pretty secure. I don't know of any, unless you're Frank Abagnale Jr. from.
Yeah, good pull. Good pull. Catch me if you can.
Oh, yes.
Allison, how about you? Do you still use paper checks?
This is a good crew.
No, I don't. The last time I wrote a check is when I purchased my house. That was about 5 years ago.
Okay.
But I don't think they should get rid of them. I used to do tech support for elderly people, and I cannot imagine them not being able to write a check, to have to use something electronic. That's, to me, that's unfair to older people. Some of them, that's all they know.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. I personally, I have I think a joint checking account which has paper checks, but I don't have one for my own personal account anymore. And if I did, it probably has like 6 addresses ago. I would have to scribble that out, and I haven't ordered any replacements since. And as David knows, I have not balanced the checkbook in a long time. All right, hypothetical situation for you. You and your significant other are taking a trip together. You book 2 seats next to each other, 1 window and 1 middle, or 1 aisle and 1 middle. Who sits in the middle? That's the debate taking over social media. Okay, you guys are 2 peas in a pod, because Jim over here said the exact same thing. The big debate on social media recently after a woman posted a video of herself on a plane in the middle seat with the caption, "Getting a boyfriend is all fun and games until you realize you have to sit in the middle seat now." The comment section heated, with some women saying their male partners sit in the middle so they don't have to. Others claim sidewalk rules apply to airplanes, and others said if a man makes you sit in the middle seat, he does not like you. So, Tony P, who sits in the middle seat?
I would definitely say the guy sits in the middle seat. Come on. I mean, like, you know what? You do not do that to your significant other. The window seat is not worth an argument. It's not worth being rude, and I think not being a supportive partner. So you know what? Have the middle seat. And by the way, the middle seat's not as bad as you think it is. You know what? Like, again, the armrest is tough, but you know what? You can still watch your tunes, have an extra legroom seat if you want to upgrade a little bit, but give your partner the window seat. Come on.
Ryan is a frequent flyer. Ryan, who gets the middle seat?
Did you guys both say that both people should take aisles? Because you could be directly across from each other and nobody takes the middle.
Ooh,
I love that idea.
That's a better idea than
that
we
is
had.
a travel hack from a man who does it for a living right there. I love that idea.
Do the 2 aisles.
Plus,
Smart.
I hate
And
climbing over people.
Always make sure you get the bulkhead. The bulkhead, then no one can lean back on you, and you get more leg room.
All right. I mean, Ryan, you got to start doing like an Instagram account where you post hacks like this, because I love that idea. Allison,
I like that too.
Allison, is it a show of chivalry to take the middle seat?
No, you know what? I actually think it depends on the size. Like, I'm little. I'm only 5'2". A significant other to me would be 6 foot and above. So I would be in the middle because I'm smaller and take up less space.
Okay, look, I think it just depends on the couple. All right, guys, we've made it down to the last 20 seconds of the show. Thank you to everyone who joined us in the Lion Zoom room, everyone who watched on Fox 5 DC's YouTube page and on Fox Local. Tony P and I are going to be back at 9 o'clock tonight. We're talking about the energy crisis in Prince George's County.
Yep.
Fox 5 News at 8 coming up next. For producer Jim, I'm producer Chris. That's Tony P. We'll see you back here tomorrow night, same time, same place.